Hey guys, welcome to the very first New Artist Tuesdays. We're going to be doing 2 episodes a week now. Our regular Sunday episodes, and then on Tuesdays we will have New Artist Tuesdays. We are growing, which is awesome. If you want to come grow with us, you can head over to check out our new promotional services we have. You can see a list of those on our Facebook page at The Next Big Thing 09. I'll leave that link in the episode description, so it's easy for you to get to and go check those out. One of those services is called the New Artist Song Promotion. And with that service, you get your song played on the New Artist Song Promotion Tuesdays. I also tell all the listeners about you or your band. I tell them where they can find more of your music. I tell them everything about you, where they can find everything about you. And then I also post that on our Facebook page, which stays there for a week, so you continue to get promotion and exposure long after the episode's over. So if you want to take advantage of some of those services, go check them out on our Facebook page. This one I'm talking about is only $2.99. I priced them low because as an artist myself, I know how money can get tight. And there's a lot of other places that do this, but the prices are way too high. I mean, we're artists. We can't afford that. So I just wanted to make an outlet where us as artists can still afford it. It can still get a good amount of exposure. Get your songs out there. It's a great thing to take advantage of if you've got a new single you want out. If you have a new album you want out, or even an event coming up you need mentioned. This is a great and cheap way to do that. But that's why we're doing 2 episodes now. So let's get it kicking off. All right, so for our very first New Artist Tuesday, I have a project called Angry Knights, like knights in shining armor. Now, the song that I'm going to play for you guys has given this guy a lot of grief. It's a political view song, so people have actually went as far to send him hate mail. He's had harassing threats. It's like, geez, people, whatever happened to respecting each other? We don't have to like each other, but we should respect each other's views. I don't feel like he was crossing a line in this song at all, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. But let's kick it off. This is Angry Knights with One Voice. Be right back.
Control.
All right, there you go, guys. That was Angry Nights with his song One Voice. See, I told you it wasn't that bad. Let me know in the comments what you thought about that song, if you feel like he should be getting that hate mail, or if people are blowing things out of proportion. I always like to hear from you guys, and that's a good subject and should get some conversation going. But we got a lot to get to in this New Artist Tuesday, the very first one. Here we go, we're growing. But I want to share with you an interview that I did a little earlier this week with a lady. Her name is B.J. Fitzgerald. An amazing lady. She's been in the industry for many years. She started out after getting her bachelor's degree in music. She graduated and got right into the promoting field, where she promoted some very big acts. You'll hear her mention them. Did a lot of the promotion for those bands, got concerts together for them. We hear some of her war stories. And then also we hear about her newest project. She has actually took her turn at the wheel with songwriting and has began doing that. And her music is beautiful. I want you guys to hear this interview. This is B.J. Fitzgerald. Here's the interview. I will share all of her links in the episode description. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, our guest this week has been in the industry for many years, doing multiple aspects of the industry, spanning from booking and promoting all the way to songwriting. B.J. Fitzgerald, thanks for joining us on The Next Big Thing. How you doing today?
Great. My pleasure to be here.
Good. I understand that you found yourself climbing the charts today. That's very exciting.
It is exciting, unexpected, and so exciting.
Guys, we're talking about top 40 nationally and top 50 globally. Globally, that is insane.
I know. I guess that's, last time I checked, that's the world. That's like,
You're exactly right. That's great. So that's like out of all the singer-songwriters, correct?
Yes. Which is that's a tough category.
It is a tough category.
A lot of great songwriters.
Tons of them. So very, very good job. Absolutely proud to have you on the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, I know that you spent some time studying music, and you actually went on to get your bachelor's in the subject.
Yes, I did.
What did you take away from it, and what did you find to be the most helpful once you began working in the field?
Well, I would say I learned there's a lot of things that when you're majoring in music and taking all of these classes that they don't offer you classes for, that you actually experience when you get out.
That's what I was wondering.
So that goes into the real life category of, okay, this is how this really goes. But in all seriousness, I think the most helpful thing I learned when I was majoring in music was music theory.
Sure.
Music theory is invaluable. I mean, it basically teaches you all of the structure of how everything is set up, how to construct music, whether it's orchestral music like we did there, or if it's a song. So
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, my music theory professor used to always say writing a song is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration.
Wow, that's a good saying, but I couldn't agree more with that. There's people and musicians that are going at it and think that they don't need that. And, in some cases, I think it's getting not so much anymore, but in some cases in the old school, you used to be able to maybe get away with it, just know some power chords and stuff. But knowing all that music theory just really gives you that edge when it comes down to it. Like, if people would think about it, like, even the guys, just for instance, let's say Metallica, you might think that they're up there just crunching these power chords, but believe me, those guys know their music theory. It helps so much to give you that edge when how to be in key, what certain scales, when to use Dorian, when to use Mixolydian, all these things. It really gives you that edge.
Right. It really does.
It does.
I mean, it's a foundation that is just invaluable.
Absolutely. And the thing that I like to always say is, a lot of people say, well, it's about breaking those rules and not having any rules. I said, yeah, that might be the case, but you have to know the rules before you can break them.
Exactly.
But this episode, we have been talking a little bit about promoting. So I wanted to talk about the time you spent working in booking and promotion. Did you enjoy working that aspect of the industry? And if so, what did you like the most about it?
Yes, I did enjoy working as a promoter and booking agent very much. I was right out of college, so
Okay.
I was really young. Um, and I think I was unafraid because I was young. And I don't think that at that age of 21, you're totally intimidated at all by the fact that you're dealing with contracts that are worth thousands upon
Yes.
thousands of dollars. And all these big name industry people are looking at you like, you've got to be kidding me that this is the kid that we're putting this in the hands of. But it was a tremendous experience. I met a lot of people, artists who I would, listen to. I would actually get to meet, and
That is amazing.
I'm not a person to be starstruck. That's not really the part that I enjoyed. I enjoyed actually just talking with them and getting advice from them. Some advice I got from Bob Carlyle, who used to be in a band called The Allies before he was on his own singing Butterfly Kisses.
Sure.
He told me, don't ever sell a song you've written. And he said that he and the guy that was in the band with him sold a song to Dolly Parton just outright for a flat fee. So he said, if you do that, you'll never make any royalties. But, I did it because I had to feed my family. But don't ever do that. And it was just enjoyable, I think, to take something from, a contract that's blank, and taking the process from the first phone call where they say, we want to come to your town and do a concert, or if you're a booking agent, you want to send your artist there, and then standing in there watching this artist on the stage in this arena of people, just sold out arena, having a great time, and knowing that, you just put that together from the ground up. It's a great feeling.
How rewarding. And then, like you said, just picking up all the knowledge from all the different artists and other industry professionals that you have met along the way, again, just invaluable.
Yes, it was eye-opening. I was actually a part of the contemporary Christian genre with what I was doing at that time. And unfortunately, it was a real big learning experience because the gal that I eventually became a booking agent for was asking me, after meeting me only one time, would I do that for her, because she was stuck in a situation where she had been taken advantage of, and the person that was producing her was basically just taking all of her money that she was making. So it was, disenchanting in some ways, but, you learn the do's and don'ts.
Sure. Speaking of that, if you could give one piece of advice to someone just starting out and say, like, the booking and promoting, or maybe they're thinking about doing it, what would that be?
I would probably say if you could go to school and take music business, that's a great start. But more importantly, if you could be a student outside of the classroom, if there's anybody that that can maybe give you a chance to, not for a paycheck or anything, just for free, go and try to be a student of someone, shadow somebody in the business and see how it really works, and try to find that sweet spot between being honest and easy to work with, so you don't get blackballed, because you will get blackballed if you're hard to work with, and not getting taken advantage of. I think
trying to find that line.
Right.
Very, very, very good advice. Now let's move forward to current day, okay? I understand you have been doing some songwriting and collaborating with some other artists. How is that process going, and when can we expect to hear some of that work?
It's going great. I started off with the intent of just making demos with my friend of many years. Her name is Lee. She's a tremendous vocalist, and she was doing my vocal tracks, and that was the plan. But then when we put the music out there and folks started contacting me and saying, this doesn't sound like a demo, it sounds like a final cut.
Absolutely.
How can I download? How can I stream it? We thought maybe we should, write together, because we found that we really gelled when we were writing and arranging. And she has tremendous arranging talent. She's got, in my opinion, she's, of course, I'm biased, but she's the best female vocalist on the planet.
Sure.
And we started trying our hand at writing actually, songs together, and we're moving forward from there, and we're going to release everything as a duo. There's not too many female duos, so we'll see what happens.
Well, it sounds great, and like pairing that, like you said, excellent voice paired with your knowledge of music theory, it's an unstoppable train, and it comes through in your music. It sounds wonderful, and I look forward to hearing more of that as you get it done.
Oh, thanks. We'll be getting out some more in the near future.
Good deal, and we'll definitely get that out when those dates arrive, and we'll let everybody know when they're available.
Thank you.
Of course. Who are some of your influences that you pull from when you are creating and writing?
Oh, wow, there's so many, but I would have to say my favorite lyrics are really huge for me. A song has to be about something. My favorite one of all time is John Denver. I know some people think he was quirky, but he could really make you see it, feel it, smell it. It's just amazing. And then any 70s, 80s vibes, I love that stuff.
Okay.
Anything from the group Bread to REO Speedwagon. Somebody just contacted us and said that we remind him of a modern-day Carpenters.
That's what I've been told in some of my reviews and stuff that I kind of have a similar vibe of that era in some of my stuff.
Yes.
I haven't necessarily strived to do that on purpose, but I've had several people tell me that as well. But I absolutely pull from so many different genres and so many different eras, and I think that it's became this melting pot of my own unique sound, and I think that's very important, and you guys have done the same as well.
Yes. Well, you always want to find your own sound. It's influence is very important, but of course, then you don't want to imitate, and
sure.
You want to go with whatever your own sound is, and we're kind of hoping to really just not shy away from whatever our sound is.
Absolutely. Now, I know that you have said that you prefer the offstage, behind-the-scenes creative process. What about this process do you prefer over, say, performing live?
Well, I have a little bit of stage fright because it's been a few years since I've performed live on a regular basis.
I can relate to that.
I enjoy the creative process so much. The blank piece of paper to the bare great bones of a song to the tweaked changing and arranging and figuring out what instrumentation sounds best, what melody line, what are the chords that complement the lyrics. Sure. That process to me is just so rewarding because then when you feel the final product, you literally get goosebumps.
Yes, and to be able to portray that feeling that you were trying to get across, and to be able to see that in the audience, that they're picking up on that, I'm sure is just very rewarding as well.
It really is. When you feel like someone can really relate to what you've written about, and it's touching someone in some way, then you feel like, maybe you hit a right button somewhere.
Sure. I can definitely relate to that because, like, people don't understand. It's for me, I have a home studio like you do, and I can spend hours in there just arranging and putting things together, and then once I have that final product and I can go back and listen to it, it's just like, that was so good, that was so nice.
Yes, I love the arranging process and just really seeing if you just can't make it a little bit better. I'm an overthinker, so I have to watch that, but it's fun. I like it.
Well, BJ, can you please let the listeners know where they can find out more about you and hear your tracks?
Presently, all of the 2 songs that we have out so far are available on Reverb Nation. In the next week or so, actually, we're hoping to make them available for streaming and downloading.
Okay.
And we're hoping also in the next week or so to make them available on other platforms as well, such as Amazon, Google Play, iTunes, Spotify. So each one as it gets released then will be on those sites and available for download.
And guys, once they're there, I recommend going to check them out. Go to Reverb Nation now and check them out. It's B.J. Fitzgerald. She's beautiful. Her music's beautiful. You won't regret it. Go check her out. B.J., thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
That was B.J. Fitzgerald. Again, all of her information and links will be in the episode description. Let's keep it moving right along, shall we? We still have a segment of Tracking with Trav to come. Yes, we are doing Tracking with Trav on New Artist Tuesdays. You guys had to have more of him. Thanks a lot. You know how much he aggravates me? I'm just kidding. He's great to work with. I know you guys love him. Actually, our featured guest, Angry Knights, have stepped up to the plate and want to try their luck with Tracking with Trav. So we're going to hear another song from him. It's called Voodoo, and I absolutely love this song. It's so damn catchy, and dance to it, keep tapping my foot. We also hear from a blues artist. His name is Keyon Harris. He's from out in Alabama. We're actually going to sit down and catch up with him, hear an interview from him, and one of his songs called Rhythm. So let's go ahead and hear his interview while we're at it. And then right after the interview, I will go ahead and play his song Rhythm, and all of his information is going to be in the episode description as well. That way, if you want to go find out some more about him or maybe hear some more of his music, you'll be able to do that very easily. But here's the interview and his song. Catch up with you in a little bit. All right, guys, this episode's guest is Keyon Harris. Keyon, thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
No problem. Okay, so how long have you been writing and performing music?
Well, I've been, writing music since I was like 10 or 11.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah.
And you started at a real young age.
Yeah, very early. And then I took a break for a while.
Okay.
And then I resumed roughly about 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, how old are you now?
Huh?
How old are you now?
28.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it took a break in between to, get my mind focused on doing that. So.
Absolutely. I know that this industry is awfully tough, and whenever, like, just for the people that might not be artists and might not understand, it's not as easy as somebody might think. You have to have your head completely in the game. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's what I was telling. I had to focus my mind on doing just that.
Yeah, it takes it all. But I know that you like to write blues songs, and you do a very good job at the blues songs that you have wrote. I love them. But what about the blues do you like the most?
Well, for me, it's the blues is it's more real.
Sure.
It's very raw. It allows you to dig deeper into your emotions, than like any other type of genre. And everything is you can go a long way with the blues.
Absolutely. So it sounds like, with the grit of the blues and the meaning behind the blues, it seems to be, and I could hear it in your songs as well, it seems to be a good emotion outlet.
Yes.
Like, life is real, and it's not always pretty at times, and sometimes it is hard, and that's a good genre to be able to get that across.
Correct.
And
yes.
You could definitely hear that in your songs as well.
Thank you, and it helps my vocals too.
Sure.
Makes it sound a little better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you do any hip-hop at all?
Well, my song Division was like a hip hop type thing.
Uh-huh.
But I started doing like hip hop, but for me, I thought it would be better as blues, and so I converted over to blues.
Sure. Now, you brought up your song Division. I wanted to talk about that a little bit. That is a great song. It's going to be on this episode too for everybody to hear. Tell us about the message and the meaning behind that song, because I love it.
Oh, well, thank you, man. Thank you. Well, it was, like an anthem because of what's going on in the world today. It's like, you got a lot of hate going on.
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot of racism going on.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of sexual misconduct going on.
Oh, yeah. It goes on and on. You
got a lot of violence, And I just wanted to, try to help spread a message that we could try, we're more alike than we are different,
Absolutely.
So I want to just, try to unite the country, and I think music is like the best way to do that,
Man, that is absolutely beautiful, and I couldn't agree with that more. The shape that this country is in right now is absolutely horrible. We're all better than this, and music is a universal language that we can all understand, and it just, what a better platform to get that message across. So I definitely applaud you for one, being able to have the courage to stand up in this time, for what you believe in, and for two, being able to write a fantastic song in the process. A very good job.
Thank you. It took me less than 5 minutes to write that.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. When I like sat down to do it, like the words just flowed. Like I was just writing across the paper. I'm like, wow.
Sometimes I think that, it's when you feel that strongly about it anyway, it just, like you said, it just needed to be said and it just flowed out. Then it was like meant to be. And some of the best songs come out that way, don't they?
They seem to.
Yes.
They really do.
But very good job on that. Listeners, I will be playing that song after the interview. You guys are going to love it as much as I do. But let's talk about Pose Radio, because I know you've been getting a lot of play on there. How can the listeners, how can the listeners hear you on Pose? And can they, request your music? And if so, how?
Well, yeah, I've been getting a lot of play on Pose Radio, and I think, a couple of my friends are helping me with that.
Okay.
Put me on to it. And, yeah, you can listen to my music on there. You have to go to, obviously, poseradio.com.
Okay.
And then you type in my name, Keyon Harris.
Okay.
Okay. And then there'll be, info about me, and then you scroll down until you see, I think it's 4 songs on there, because I haven't put the last 2 that I've done on there yet.
Okay.
So I think it's 4 songs on there.
Okay.
And then you can hit the play button by each one of them. And you should be able to listen to them.
Okay, and listeners, I'm going to be leaving all of Keyon's links in the episode description to make it easy for you guys to get there and find out more about him and listen to his music. That way, all you got to do is hit that link and it gets you right to the areas he's telling you about right now. That way you guys can listen to him and request his music. I'm sure he would appreciate it, and you guys are going to absolutely love it. Now, Keyon, if you say that you're 28, you've been in this industry and writing music for quite a while now. If you could give one piece of advice to someone just starting out with songwriting, what would it be?
Well, first of all, you just have to be yourself.
Isn't that it? Mm-hmm.
You have to have fun with it, because it could go one or two ways, I think. You can make it a real story, about something in your life, or you can just make something up about how you wish you had something different in your life, maybe a fancy house or something.
Sure.
Just let your imagination, just open up and explore your mind to a lot more things and feelings.
And that's what's good about music is it opens up the door to be able to do that. And what I like about music too is there's not really any rules. Nobody can tell you can do it this way, you can't do it that way. If it feels right, it's right, and you can express yourself. And I think you nailed it with the first thing you said with being yourself, because I think a lot of artists come onto the scene and I'm going to be the next Jay-Z. I'm going to be the next Tupac. No, you're not. You're going to be the next Andy Stover. Be yourself. There already is a Tupac. We want to hear you. We want to hear music from you. What can you bring to the table? So you nailed it when you said be yourself. I think that's the biggest piece of advice for sure.
Yeah, because I found that out. Because Gary Clark Jr. is one of my favorite artists, and I try to imitate him a lot. And I was like, I want to sound like him, but I know I'm not.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to tone it down and be me. Be my best self. And so that's what I did.
It's okay to have influences and sound similar to people. Everybody does that. But like you said, you got to have your own spin on it, and you have definitely done that. Let's talk about the fact that you also write songs for people that might need one. How do you go about that? How do you go about that process? Do they tell you the subject matter, and then you are free to go from there? And then how can people contact you if they need a song written by you?
Well, usually, most of the time, they'll tell me, like, hey, I have an idea for Fish and Stitch.
Okay.
And they want me to, like, we brainstorm.
Okay.
And so I'll write multiple versions of that song for them, and whichever one they like best, that's the one we'll go with.
Okay, I see.
In some cases, like, I wrote a song for a friend a while back. He I wrote three different songs, and he liked all of them.
Oh, wow.
So he used them all together, and so that may happen sometimes.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. So they'll say, hey, I've got this subject matter I'm needing a song written from. You'll actually sit down with that person and brainstorm with them, get the ideas. You actually write multiple songs on that for them to then go back and choose from.
Right.
That is awesome. And because I know that a lot of songwriters would just, hey, here's the song, take it. You know what I mean? That's great. That's where you have the upper hand. And guys, once you hear his music, you're going to realize that he is absolutely wonderful at songwriting. And if you guys do need a song written, I recommend him. And Keyon, tell them where they can contact you for that.
Well, they can email me at Keyon Harris, all lowercase,
Okay.
97@gmail.com.
Okay.
Or they can, shoot me a message on my Facebook page, Keyon Harris Blues Music.
Okay.
And let's see, and they can do direct message with Facebook Messenger. Just type in Keyon Harris.
Okay.
And also on Twitter, you can direct message me. Reverb Nation, you can direct message me.
Reverb Nation as well.
Post Radio. And I mean, it's pretty hard not to find me.
Sure. You got to be trying not to find it. But listeners, again, all those links he was just telling about, I'm going to have all those in the episode description. So again, all you got to do is go to the episode description. You'll see the link. Hit it. It'll take you right to it. It's as easy as that. What can we expect out of Keyon Harris and the rest of 2019, my friend?
Well, I'm almost ready to put my song Division out as a single here in a few weeks.
Okay. You're going to be releasing that? You're going to actually be releasing that as a single then?
Yeah, I'm trying to release it as a single.
Okay, will it be for sale anywhere?
Yeah, I'll sell it to Amazon.
Okay.
Google Play, Apple Music, iTunes.
Anywhere that sells digital music then?
Yeah.
Well, that is exciting, and we will definitely look forward to that. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here from Keyon Harrison. He is a blues songwriter. Thank you so much for being here, and ladies and gentlemen, here's his music. Keyon, we'll talk to you later.
Hey,
okay,
I got rhythm from my head to my toe. I got rhythm all through my soul. Come on, I'm about to lose control. I got rhythm, and everybody know. I feel it from my head to my toe. I got rhythm all down in my soul. I got rhythm. Come on, let's lose control. I can dance all night. Man, I'm feeling just right. I feel like I can take flight. Hey, I love these bright lights. We about to go out of sight. 'Cause hey, I got rhythm from my head to my toe. I got rhythm all down in my soul. I got rhythm, and I'm about to lose control. I got rhythm, and everybody know. I feel it from my head down to my toe. I got rhythm all down in my soul. I got rhythm, and I'm about to lose control. Hey, something done came over me. Now I have so much energy. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I'm having a blast. It got me feeling like I'm in the movie cast. Hey y'all, I got rhythm from my head to my toe. I got rhythm all through my soul. I'm about to lose all control. I got rhythm, and everybody know. I feel it from my head down to my toe. I got rhythm. Come on, y'all, let's go. I got rhythm all down in my soul. I got rhythm, and I'm about to lose control. I got rhythm, and everybody know. Well, come on, let's go. 'Cause I got that rhythm flowing through my soul.
All right, thank you, Keyon Harris. I need a drink. This new artist Tuesdays might end up being a little more difficult than I thought. But no, let's move right along here. It's time for another Trackin' with Trav. Here we go, All right, guys. Travis, welcome back for New Artist Tuesday.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here and ready to rock and roll. So how is your day going so far?
My day's been going okay. Very busy as usual with this New Artist Tuesday. I'm almost afraid to ask Travis, but how was your day?
So far so good. I'm feeling a little wacky today.
Today?
As every day. I was going through my contact list on my phone, and I ran across a friend that I used to have. I used to work with.
All right.
She was a lesbian.
Okay, here it comes.
Lesby friends.
Uh-huh.
And it made me think of some of the jokes I used to tease her with.
So you would tease this poor lesbian with jokes?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Because I love lesbians and everybody for that matter.
All right, well, the joke?
But anyway, I would go up to her and say, oh, your voice sounds a little muffled today.
Travis! Did she smack you in the face?
She would get very angry.
So...
And then I would go around... to the other workers and say, you know, we'll call this just my lesbian friend. And so I go around to the other workers at work and say, guess what? She has opened up her own side business. And
what is it?
Everybody was like, oh, what is she doing? I said, well, I'm not sure what she's doing, but she named her business Muffin Stuff.
What all would she have in the muffin stuff if she had a store like that?
Maybe she was going to serve muffins. I don't know.
Now, I'll tell you what. Is that the same girl that I heard was in the news? She got caught in a muff lab?
Maybe so.
Oh.
But it just cracked me up. Maybe it was more funny when I was actually making the jokes with her.
I remember her now. That is hilarious.
I wish you could seen the look on her face when I would say, your voice seems a little muffled.
That is hilarious. Now, let's see. You used to work here, right?
I used to work there.
I wonder why he doesn't work there anymore.
Probably not.
Lord.
The HR department didn't like me too much.
Well, let's get back to the lecture at hand before our H&R department comes busting in the door and fires us both.
Good point.
Okay, so we're here for Tracking with Trav. Last episode, this past Sunday, we got our very first It Rocks.
It rocks.
And it rocks.
It rocks out with our socks out,
Is
folks.
this a new phase Travis is going to do? Let's see.
I want to rock.
I do know that Travis's standard to get a It Rocks is way up there. And if people don't get a It Rocks, that doesn't mean your song isn't really that good. Travis has just set the bar extremely high here. And we just love having the bands on here. We got bands that are submitting to be on this segment, those brave souls.
That's very exciting, and it makes me feel wonderful.
And one of those people that submitted to be on this segment is a gentleman we're going to be hearing from today.
Whoa, fantastic.
Okay, so the name of the project is Angry Knights.
Angry Knights.
Like knight in shining armor.
Oh.
Angry Knights.
Nice.
Yes, he's your knight in shining armor.
Hello.
He's actually just one man behind the whole project. His name is Robert Horn.
Mr. Horn.
Yeah. He does his music the same way I do in my home studio. Every note you hear is him playing it on every instrument. He's done all the vocals. He does his own mixing, mastering, all that. He does everything himself, which is very impressive.
Wonderful.
He put instead of going by his name, he went with Angry Nights because he had hopes and plans to one day form a band, but he just ended up just keeping it a solo act. So that's why he had named it Angry Nights. But the name of the song is Voodoo.
The voodoo that you do.
Of course, Travis has never heard this song. I've listened to it a few times. I absolutely love this song. I can't stop tapping my foot and all. Once the song's over, because I don't want to talk about it too much with Travis here, I'll tell you some funny stories about me listening to this song. But Travis, are you ready to rock it out with some voodoo?
Bring on the voodoo. Or
all right,
the
on
doo-doo.
Tracking with Trav, we got Angry Nights with their song, Voodoo.
Let's hear it.
Look into my eyes. You're about to be hypnotized. And before you even realize everything I say is true, I'll control your mind and soul, and there's nothing you can do. I'm a spider, vampire bat. I'm a grizzly, black panther cat. I'm a witch, I'm a wizard. I'm an animal, I'm a beast. But check my voodoo, yes my voodoo. It's nothing you can beat. My energy is fanning out, feel me in all your bones. Hear me in your mind like we are talking on the phone. Goosebumps all raising up, we're merging like a clone. Touching all that sensitive. Yes, I'm touching all that sensitive. And now you'll never be alone. Now I'm inside ya, vampire bat. I'm a grizzly, black panther cat. I'm a witch, I'm a wizard. I'm an animal, I'm a beast. But check my voodoo, yes my voodoo. It's nothing you can beat. Feel your toes, feel your legs. Between your thighs, are you amazed? On your tummy, on your chest. Now I'm a necromancer, I do my best. Now I'm inside ya, vampire bat. I'm a grizzly, black panther cat. I'm a witch, I'm a wizard. I'm an animal, I'm a beast. But check my voodoo, yes my voodoo. It's nothing you can beat. Now I'm inside ya, vampire bat. I'm a grizzly, black panther cat. I'm a witch, I'm a wizard. I'm an animal, I'm a beast. But check my voodoo, yes my voodoo. It's nothing you can beat.
That was Voodoo by Angry Nights. Let's hear it, buddy.
Alright, I got the voodoo
That
in
thing
my
that you
doo-doo.
do.
Wow, I didn't know George Michael released a new song.
George Michaels. How did you get George Michaels out of that?
It just sounds like a very dark version of George Michael. Not a bad thing at all.
Not a bad thing at all.
I'm a big fan of 80s music, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of maybe a upbeat 80s club song.
Sure, yeah, okay, I guess I can hear that now because his genre is pop rock. Mm-hmm. So I guess I can definitely hear that influence now.
I thought it was an erotic song, talking about in between the thighs.
Yes. Tell you what,
Yes.
very catchy.
Very catchy.
Like, I each time I hear it, I heard it multiple times when putting the show together. I'm tapping my foot. It is so damn
yes.
catchy. It's one of those earworm songs
Very.
you can't get out of your head. I love the chorus.
I got the voodoo.
And the funny
Black
story I
Panther
wanted to tell you
cat.
about that is every time I'd hear it, I'd catch myself stop doing whatever I was working on, and during the chorus, I'd be dancing, and anytime he mentions one of the animals, I'm acting the animal out, like Black Panther cat. I love it.
Ow.
But on with your review. I'm sorry.
But anyway, it kept me moving. I thought it was high energy.
Very.
From the beginning to the end, I really enjoyed it.
What was impressive, he's doing all of it himself.
And that's just another
Every note
whole new
of
level
every
to
instrument,
be able
he's
to do all
doing it
that.
himself. I know how that is. It takes a skill.
Yes, and I think it's easy to dismiss that because people don't understand what is involved in that. But
not a whole
it just
band.
really adds to it all. But yeah, I'm still hear the song going through my head. And
If you had to critique anything, what would it be?
you know, I know that I heckle a lot of songs on this segment.
Everybody loves that.
However, I'm coming up with a difficult
All right,
to
Angry
critique
Nights.
it because I really enjoyed the song.
Good.
All of it. It was just right up my alley. I liked everything about it, to be
Good.
quite frank.
Because the Tracking with Trav, it's not going to be just like rock songs. And when we mean, does the song rock or not rock, we don't mean it had distorted guitar and was
Right.
rocking.
It
We
doesn't
mean
have to
like,
be a rock song
is
at all.
it a good song
Are
that
we just
rocks?
rocking
Are
in
we
our
rocking
seats?
to it? And that brings me to the question, Travis. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Angry Nights, Voodoo. Does this song rock or not rock?
Well, you're turning me into a big softie because this is the second consecutive. It rocks!
Yes!
Congratulations!
Good freaking
I
job,
loved it.
Robert. I freaking was praying to the gods that...
Angry Nights.
Yes, I was praying to the gods that you were going to say that. I knew you were going to love this song.
But, you know, I don't know how legitimate this is because I do feel like maybe he put me under his voodoo spell.
Ooh, that's what it was!
All right.
Robert, you got voodoo on the doo-doo.
Hello.
No, very good job. Is this a new trend we have going on here?
I don't
Two
know.
It Rocks
Two in a
in a
row.
row. Keep
but I
those
loved
submissions coming, guys. Travis loves it. Keep commenting about his segment. You guys are giving him a big head.
And
Travis, thank you for being here,
I
man.
want to hear more from you, Mr. Angry Knight.
Ooh, yeah, more from the Angry Knight. This man wants to hear it. This man wants to hear it. Those listeners want to hear it. Travis, thanks for being here.
I want to rock.
I want to rock.
See you next time, folks.
Okay, guys, with that, we're going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed the first installment of New Artist Tuesday. We're going to have those every Tuesday, and then, like I said, on Sundays, we will still have our regular big show then. If you are an artist or a band, or you know an artist in a band that wants some exposure and wants it cheap, have them get a hold of me, have them go to the Facebook page. You guys can email me at thenextbigthing@gmail.com. Scratch that. It's Andy.thenextbigthing@gmail.com. Just have them email me. I will give them all the information. If they want, they can go, or you can go to our Facebook page at The Next Big Thing 09. Again, that will be in the episode description. That way it's very easy for you guys to get there. I really hope you liked it. Now I look forward to next week when, together, we find the next big thing. Bye, guys.